All right, something to do. Funny story. I'm just documenting my funny stories. This is a cop story. So I leave the house one night. I don't know, 5 o'clock or something, in a Ford Ranger with a friend of mine. Drive up to the city. You know what I mean, Chicago, and just to get out of the house, go for a fucking spin. It always helps, you know. So we get up that way, and we didn't quite make it into Chicago, but we went to the Fox Valley Mall, I think, which is like kind of up in the Naperville area, probably in Naperville. Dicked around there for a little bit. On the way home, I says, "Hey, you know that friend of ours that lives in Lockport that we ain't talked to in a while?" I says, "Why don't we stop by there and see her, you know?" So, yeah, you know, this resorts back to the Lockport Larry kind of. It's that town that sits right on the edge of Joliet, Illinois, and it's like the east side, and there's this hill, they call it, where all the drug deals take place. Well, we rolled in to Lockport, and of course, it's like 10:30 at night, and she's living with her dad, and it occurs to us, well, I suppose we probably shouldn't knock on the door, you know. So this buddy of mine is like, I know a shortcut, you know, cut through basically the hill, you know what I mean, which is stupid at fucking 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. And I missed my turn. I'm supposed to turn at this Mexican rodeo or something to get out to I-80. And anyway, I'm frustrated, you know, so I just spin back around and I go through the hill again to go back to Lockport to cut my way out of there the way I know. And we get pulled over. And then this is where it starts. You know, as far as I know, this is a good kid. You know what I mean? He's got no record. I mean, he's never done nothing. You know what I mean? Unbeknownst to me, when they dragged me out of the car to question me, because of course it's a area where if I'm there at that time of night, I'm purchasing or something. They separated us, and they said to me, you know, like, did you know your friend has a record? Oh, I found out later. Yeah, you know, because of some dingbat that got in his car one night that needed to ride down to the gas station to get a beer or something, who happened to have paraphernalia. Yeah, he got charged with it, you know, and I won't mention his name because he's a good kid, and he's, as far as I know, he's never done a damn thing. But anyway, he's shitting. He's all nervous, you know. So when they drag him over, they ask, what are you guys doing here? What have you done this evening? So in his head, you know, he needs to explain the story starting at coming into Lockport and leaving to go to I-80. In my mind, the story is, well, I got with this guy about 5. We left, went to Fox Valley Mall, you know what I mean? And anyway, they pull that. Well, your stories aren't adding up. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm sure they are because that's the story. You know what I mean? Well, they're searching my truck. I work at a rest area at the time, and a lot of times, because I'm hurt, I just toss all that rest area trash in the back of the truck and haul it down to the dumpster. So these guys are digging stuff out of the bed of the truck, and they're like, "What's this?" And it's like, I told you I work at a rest area, man. I think that's somebody's hemorrhoid cream that they toss in the trash. You know what I mean? Or that's like that's Vagisil cream, brother. I don't know if I'd be handling that. You know what I mean? I'm a janitor at a rest area. When they get inside, my mother had given me a candle. You know, a couple of years prior, and the idea was if I got stranded in the snow or something, light the candle inside the truck with the doors closed and everything and the windows up, and that'll keep your temperature in your vehicle at 32 degrees so you won't freeze to death. Well, it had been through 2 summers in there, so it melted. And of course, these guys are like, you know, oh, there's a way to do some kind of heroin or drugs or something using wax. And it's like, well, that ain't me, bro. I just explained to you what the candle's for. And then one cop's like, what are you, a surfer? It's like, brother, I live in the Midwest. You know what I mean? A surfer. Come on, what do you, you know, because I got some wax in the car or the truck. So anyway, it's just ridiculous. You know, I'm pulling out appointment cards. You know what I'm saying? and I'm going to say this because I don't care. You know what I mean? I don't know a person alive nowadays that doesn't take a Xanax or something, to prove my point. You know what I mean? Like, hey man, I don't use or anything. I'm not here to use or buy or, I've been clean for a long time. I even take some medicine and stuff, to prove it. You know what I mean? And and they're like, yeah, where's your doctor? Where do you go to see a doctor? So I'm pulling out cards. So, well, I go to Will County Health Department. You know what I mean? And I see Doctor So and So, and he prescribes this medicine for anxieties or whatever. You know what I mean? Or anti use stuff, you know what I mean? Like, so if I have a beer, I throw up, or whatever the case is. I'm not going to go into all my business about it. Some people know. I don't give a fuck. Other people don't, so why should they? So yeah, I limit my partaking in any kind of alcohol anymore and that, beer too or whatever. And but it was just funny because they even had the canine unit drive by. They threatened that. And when they drove by, the guys in the canine unit car were laughing hysterically because these rookies didn't even have a case. They didn't even stop. The dogs just kind of had their noses out the window, sniffing, and they just went on by. Well, I happen to have, you know how you can go to Walgreens and you buy one of those little pill containers that goes on your keychain? And you just take the cap off, the metal cap off, and then you can put all of your dosages of pills in one dealy-mabob, you know what I mean? And I always keep or I used to anyway, 1 day's worth of medicine with me in there of all my medicines, just in case, and they're like, what do you got all your medicine with you for? Well, in case I sleep overnight at my buddy's house. Then I don't have to run home to the other town and get it, where I live. And, well, you're not allowed to do that. And it's like, well, then why do they sell the damn containers in Walgreens? It has to be all separated in all your different prescription bottles. And he says it's like a when you buy a radar detector. They can sell them, but you're not allowed to use them. It's like, oh my god. So then there was a question about one of the pills in there. I said, I don't know what it is. I said it's one of them herbal pills, Yohimbis or one of them. You know what I mean? But in actuality, what it was ephedra, and yeah, had a little problem with that for a while, and but I didn't say that, you know what I mean? Because it may not have been, but it may have been too, and but then I got the whole thing from them too about, well, when you've got something in a gel cap, there's a way that people are packing heroin in those, and yeah, I didn't know what these guys were talking about. It's kind of like when you get your class in school, like in health class or something, and they're educating you about reefer and stuff. They even use words that people don't use anymore. Like if you score a lid and shit like that. It's like nobody even uses those terms anymore. But anyway, funny story. Just poor kid got in the truck with me afterwards, and he's like, "Man, what the fuck, dude? You were smooth." He's like, "I was shitting." So